makan ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke, bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ibu dosen penguji, saya dengan Bapak yang Sugiro. Sebelum mulai, saya ingin cek dulu audionya, apakah sudah bisa terdengar dengan jelas. Ya, alhamdulillah. Oke, ya. Oke. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much our lovely lecturer Ibu Ratna Dewi Kartikasari MPD sebagai penguji 1 as a lecturer 1 and as a lecturer 2 Ibu Wika Sofiana Devi M Hum. My name is Robayani Sugiro and you can call me Yani. If it is hard for you to say, you can call me Yani. Okay, the first question is about what I have prepared for the comprehension test today. First, I have reread my teaching document, which means RPP dan perangkat pembelajaran lainnya. I have reread. Then I also have uploaded in LMS Learning Management System, and I have read module from the campus or LPPK about HOTS. Yeah, I have read the module, but maybe it's not all. I just try to review the topic what HOT is. Jadi saya sudah sedikit tidak banyak yang saya persiapkan, tapi saya sudah mencoba untuk kembali mempelajari RPP saya, kemudian menguploadnya di LMS, serta membaca modul yang sudah disiapkan oleh LPTK. Modul tersebut adalah utamanya HOTS, seperti itu. No, actually, our school hasn't applied freedom curriculum. Di sekolah saya belum menerapkan kurikulum merdeka. So in this academic year, we are still applying kurikulum 13 atau kurikulum 2013. Betul. Ya. Literasi dan numerasi, as I have known about literasi dan numerasi, kebetulan memang di RPP saya ini adalah reading understanding atau reading comprehension atau pemahaman membaca. Tapi karena memang saya kelas 1 dan kelas 2 SD, jadi saya selingi dengan gambar untuk menarik perhatian siswa agar siswa tidak merasa jenuh. Untuk numerasinya difokuskan kepada naratif teks karena memang muatan ataupun lesson plan yang kami apply berdasarkan buku adanya adalah naratif teks, mostly about holiday. Kemudian di sekolah kami juga ada writing diary that we applied and we run it every day. Seperti itu, Ibu. Saya selingi dengan gambar berseri. Ada gambar sebagai pendukungnya, Ibu. Iya, betul. Materi pedagogik untuk sebagai seorang guru itu ada kompetensi yang harus dimiliki, ya. Salah satunya adalah kompetensi pedagogik, selain daripada kemampuan sosial dan kemampuan satu lagi, kemampuan pengetahuan, seperti itu ya, Bu. Nah, untuk pengetahuan pedagogik ini yang saya aplikasikan yaitu perencanaan atau managing dalam dokumen pembelajaran, and also handling the students in the class, and I also try to make them happy and enjoy in learning system, like having ice breaking, and then having singing a song, and then motivate the students to learn a lot, and then I try to make them enjoy and happy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Since I'm teaching grade 1 and grade 2, they like to sing a song and move their body. So I also like to sing Itsy Bitsy Spider with kinesthetic or movement. Yeah. As an ice breaking, I would like to sing Itsy Bitsy Spider. Yeah. First, show your hands, showing like 7 number and 7 number. And on the left side, turn it. So we are going to sing Itsy Bitsy Spider. 1, 2, 3. Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain, and Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Yay! Alhamdulillah, we have sing Itsy Bitsy Spider before starting the class. Ya, betul. Betul, exactly. Iya, betul, dan mereka more enthusiastic and more motivated. Okay, what I'm applying in my school, since last time there was a pandemic era and we try to make a hybrid learning, so the teachers are supposed to be ready with technology, especially like operating laptop and then operating in Focus and then connecting to conference meeting like Zoom, GMAT or others. So we are applying some teaching method which support on technology. For example, nowadays in this new academic, I also try to pick in Focus and then I set it in the class and I prepared slideshow or PowerPoint and I show it in front of the students. Jadi dengan cara saya menampilkan materi-materi ataupun bahan ajar slideshow yang saya tampilkan di depan murid-murid di kelas, seperti itu. Yes, I did. Okay, as a professional teacher, actually there are many criteria that we can be done in the class. For example, like good attitude, good behavior. It is a must. Ya, ini adalah sebuah keharusan ya. Good attitude, good behavior, and then we also need to motivate the students to be to be better. So we are as a role model in our school and outside of the school. Behind it, we also need to be more creative in teaching, learning activity in the class. Also, we are going to be more understanding and more more master in delivering the material. So we also need to learn more. Even though we are a teacher, walaupun kita adalah guru, we are a teacher, but don't forget we are a lifelong learner. In fact, our students are also our teacher, can be our teacher. We try to observe how the situation or condition in the class, they are our teacher. And also we need to manage the class properly. We also need to face the character in each students in the class. They are also a teacher. So as a teacher in the class, although we deliver some materials to the students, but the students are human. They can give feedback because they have feeling, they have brain, they have some indra, yeah, that can be our reflection. So as a teacher, after conducting the teaching learning in the class, we try to observe the situation and we try to manage the material properly. Don't forget, at the end of the teaching learning, after we're delivering the goal, we need to also reflect ourselves, reflect the students. Will or did our goal deliver well, or maybe there are some weakness, there are some strength that will be our note. Okay, thank you, Bu Rana. Okay. Thank you very much, Ibu Ratna Dewi Kartikasari. Okay, I would like to say Assalamualaikum Ibu Wika Sofiana Dewi, Ibu Sofiana Devi M. Hum. Yes, exactly. I'm teaching grade 1 and grade 2. Yeah, in my opinion, we can apply HOTS in primary 1 and 2 because as I have read the module, HOTS high order thinking skill atau keterampilan berpikir kritis, there are 5 purposes, ada 5 tujuan. The first 5C. The first is about critical thinking. The second is about creative and innovative. The third is about communication skill. And the third is about collaboration. And the fifth is about confident. So, among 5 items, we can still apply it for young learner. Karena tadi poinnya itu ada 5, ya. Seperti yang pertama, critical thinking atau berpikir kritis, and then communication skill, membangun komunikasi atau kemampuan komunikasi, and then collaborative, work in a group, ya, bekerja sama, and then dengan creative and innovative, kreatif itu tidak ada batasnya. So it is not only adult to be creative. As a young learner, they are also creative and innovative. And then the last, confident. Oh, oke, langsung dicontohkan. Oke, for example, kebetulan di RPP saya, in my teaching document, I am proposing picture series to improve their reading skill. Jadi saya menggunakan gambar berseri untuk meningkatkan kemampuan membaca atau pemahaman membaca pada siswa. So at the first, when I show the picture series, ya, kebetulan kalau di saya ada PBL, problem based learning, yang dimulai dengan memberikan beberapa pertanyaan-pertanyaan sebelum pertanyaan tersebut diselesaikan, sehingga aplikasinya the students will try to solve the problem. Nah, so at the first, when I show picture series, I try to ask the students, ya, what can you see in this picture? Nah, nanti mereka tanya tuh, apa yang ada di gambar? Mereka lihat di situ ada ibu-ibu, kemudian ada anak kecil, anak-anak sedang menyapu, anak kecil satu anak sedang menyapu, kemudian ada ayah sedang mencuci motor, kemudian ada anak laki-laki sedang bersepeda. So I try to ask them to think. So based on the picture, what can you guess? What can you learn from this picture? Nanti mereka berpikir dengan adanya koherensi antara satu gambar from one picture to other pictures. Oh, the activity at home, for example. Oh, that's good. Activity at home. Okay, what else? What can you see? What can you infer from this picture? Apalagi saya memulai dengan beberapa pertanyaan-pertanyaan. Evaluasi untuk ya, ada saya buat soal pertanyaan, ya, betul. Masih oke. Untuk evaluasi yang pertama, pertama saya akan dulu evaluasi tujuan dari pembelajaran tersebut, ya. Yang pertama saya coba, so at the end of this activity, what do you get? Pertama saya tanya dulu anak-anak, kita habis ngapain nih? Jadinya kita tadi habis ngapain, seperti itu, ya. Okay, so we are having reading story activity using the picture. Okay, so using the picture, is it easy for you to understand? Apakah dengan adanya gambar yang membantu pemahaman membaca, apakah ini mudah bagi kalian? Yes, or for example, no, for example, ya. So if the picture is very helpful, it means you enjoy the study and you understand enough, seperti itu. Nah, kemudian saya mencoba untuk membuat catatan refleksi guru bahwa ternyata dari adanya teaching learning in the class using the picture, the students are highly motivated because they work in a group full of joy. Dan juga saya membuat evaluasi secara tertulis by having 10 questions, sebanyak 10 pertanyaan. 5 questions for multiple choice and 5 questions for true-false question. Because as a teacher, we also need an indicator to know is our goal achieved or not. Kita juga butuh sebagai bahan evaluasi apakah tujuan pembelajaran ini tercapai atau tidak, seperti itu. Iya, betul. Kenapa Bu Ibu? Saya ngajar SD. Iya, saya menerapkan scientific berupa PBL, Problem Based Learning. As I have told you, dengan cara memberikan pertanyaan-pertanyaan, kemudian meminta anak-anak untuk mengobservasi gambar tersebut. Seperti itu intinya. Ya, model. Pendekatannya. Kenapa Ibu, boleh diceritakan apa? Mohon maaf Ibu, tadi suaranya tidak boleh diceritakan. Pendekatan saintifik yang saya pakai apa saja tahapannya? Oh iya, yang saya baca last time I have watched YouTube. Jadi awalnya saya berawal dari lihat YouTube bahwa PBL itu adalah salah satu pendekatan saintifik. Nah, as I know, dalam menerapkan PBL itu ada 5 fase ataupun kita bisa bilangnya itu sintak. Berawal dari menanya, kemudian students bertanya, kemudian selanjutnya kita juga mengorientasi siswa terhadap permasalahan ataupun tujuan pembelajaran. Kemudian yang ketiga, menyelidiki siswa untuk mencari sumber pembelajaran. Yang keempat, siswa atau students menyajikan hasil karya. Kemudian yang kelima adalah memberikan feedback ataupun apresiasi, seperti itu. That is what I know, itu yang saya tahu Ibu. Actually, in the class, in the reality, actually I haven't applied it totally. Saya mungkin masih lompat-lompat, belum secara secara prosedur langsung ke 5 tersebut. Ini akan saya gunakan pada saat PPL nanti, seperti itu. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Terima kasih banyak Ibu Ratna Dewi dan Ibu Ika Sofiana Dewi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah dan alhamdulillah it's done. Yes, it's only 30 minutes. I mean less than 30 minutes. It's around 23 minutes to present. Good luck.